Hello there and welcome. Well done for choosing to move. So the muscles and the joints of the lower body, the knees, the hips, they can often get very stiff and tight sitting there at your desk. We're going to do some movements and stretches just to ease them up and hopefully ease off a bit of back pain, maybe some knee pain. Here we go. All right, what we're going to do is some dynamic stretches as well as some static stretches for the lower body to help loosen it up. So the first thing we're going to do is stand up nice and tall and we're going to step in to a kick, okay? Make sure that kick is only around 50-60% of your maximum range and power, okay? And make sure if you're wearing tight pants, you just don't want to go too high and tear anything, all right? So keep a nice upright posture. One more on this side, other leg, stepping into it, swinging the leg up, feeling that hamstring loosen. 3, 4, 5. Okay, next up, we're gonna grab a chair, place it in front of you, rest the hands in a downward dog-like position here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swing the leg all the way back and fire up my backside. So abs stay on. Here we go, let's swing the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? The other leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good stuff. Next up, I'm going to turn the chair around, rest the hands on the back of the chair. I'm going to lock the hip by straightening the leg. Glute should switch on. And I'm going to kick up, heel to bum. 2, stretching the quad. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Other leg, lock the hip, glute on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Next up, we're going to do some hip rotations. So we're going to do some circular movements of the leg there in the hip socket. So body nice and rigid. Lift the knee as high as it can go, all right? Out to the side, everything else stays steady. Back, around, up again, reverse. So circular movements with the hip. Try to avoid any twisting of the rest of the body, moving the rest of the body. Keep it purely in the hip. Let's go nice and slow. Okay, I'm going to come to the other side of the chair. Knee up, out to the side, back, and reverse. Don't be afraid to go nice and slow with these ones. Really try and feel the hip moving in its rotational range. And one more. Okay, next up, we're going to use the back of the chair for a calf stretch. So stepping into calf stretch here, keep the back leg straight, heel down. Let's take some deep breaths. I'm going to try and go for around 45 seconds here. If you want, you can stretch further. If it's too hard, you can come back more upright. So deep breaths. Pushing forward, feeling that calf stretching. If you want, you can bend the knee while keeping the heel down and you'll feel the stretch. I'm gonna go into the ankle, into the Achilles a bit more. Slow and controlled breaths. Okay, let's do the other side. So, leaning into that stretch, heel down. Controlling the breath. Remember, if you want, you can bend the back knee slightly and you'll feel the stretch go into the ankle. I'm going to keep my legs straight though. I'm getting a better stretch that way. Keep that heel down. Okay, next up, I'm going to flip the chair around. I'm going to stretch my hamstring. All right, so heel down on the chair, and I'm just going to bend my right knee and slowly try and bring my chest towards my knee here. You can hang out at the toes if you want. If you want, you can drop the head a little bit. Feel where you're getting a good stretch and try and hold it there. You don't have to elevate the leg, you can do it off the floor if you want. And just be careful if you have any back problems. Don't do this one. Okay, let's do the other leg, slowly coming up. Heel down on the chair, exhaling. Bringing my chest down towards that knee. I can grab onto the toes, grab onto the leg, ankle, wherever's comfortable. Deep nasal breaths in. Control the breath, slow exhales. Okay, last stretch. What we're gonna do is you might wanna grab a cushion. I'm gonna use a jumper here. I'm gonna stretch my quad, hip flexor. Put it on the ground, elevate the foot. On the chair, you can use a couch. And what we're gonna do is stretch this thigh here, quad, hip flexor. Let's squeeze the bum a little bit and just be careful with whatever you're wearing here as well, that you don't stretch or tear anything. And I'm gonna just take some deep breaths, feeling that stretch going up through the quad into the hip flexor. Keep that bum squeezed. Control the breath. Rib cage stacked over pelvis. Core on. We don't want the core to be relaxed, so then that's taking the stretch. You want to lock the core down. Now the hip flexor and quad has to stretch. Deep breaths. If you want to make it easier, come out a little bit or have the knee on the ground without the foot elevated. If you want to make it harder, bring the knee in as close to the chair as possible. I'm gonna hold this for another 10 seconds. Another 5 seconds on this side. Okay, I'm gonna switch knee. Okay, abs on. Straighten that bottom leg, squeeze the bum. Make sure that the chest isn't up and the abs are stretching. Lock, core down, ribs down, and feel that stretch going up through the quad. Deep breaths. Bottom leg straight. Push the hips forward. Squeeze the bum. Remember, bring the knee closer to the chair if you want to get more out of the stretch. For most of you though, this is going to feel quite tight. And let's hang on here for another 10 seconds. Okay, so your legs, lower body should be feeling a bit more loose. Feel free to do that routine again if you want to get more benefit. Well done, and we'll see you for the next workout.